Marcus. Marcus Robert Johnson here, chilling. I got a couple minutes to kill, so I just want to talk about difference between good and great. Now, the difference between good and great. This got started because I just saw a little thing on Facebook. Was talking about a rapper was talking about Big was overrated. Biggie and Tupac. Were they overrated? No. Unless you're going to say lyrically they were overrated. And you could argue that. Both of them, even Biggie. The problem that there is, though, is people who are great do something more than the formula to become the best. So we can all play a game of football, and maybe you'll catch the ball more than Randy Moss. Maybe in a game you can catch the ball more often than Randy Moss. But what's going to make you great as opposed to just good is how you catch the football and what you do with it once you have it. How do you go about scoring the points? How do you get it? Are you able to catch a football that most people wouldn't be able to catch? And is it because of your talent? And is it because of the hard work? Are you able to catch it with one hand? Completely stretched out off. And then hurdle over. Like, these things are what's going to make you great, because everyone can learn to catch a football. Everyone can learn how to do that. Everyone can learn how to rap. There's a formula to rap. There's a formula to rhyming. You can get really fucking good at it. There's a formula to boxing. You can get really fucking good at it. But all these things, with their formula, comes in the talent and imagination of the individual that allows them to be great. Now, I want to say there's two types of greatness. You have the talent that uses their imagination and their just natural ability. For whatever reason, their physiology lets them do things that, and move in ways or sing in ways, or their mind can do things in ways that we just can't. And it's very unique for them. And then you also have the people that become great because they took the formula that everyone can do, so everyone can get good, but they expanded it and took it beyond its limits. So, just example, like maybe sprinting. I'm just example. I'm not a sprinter. I'm just saying. Maybe everyone can use the formula to run a 4-minute mile. Everyone can get really good at that. But what's going to come into play once you get there is, do you want to be able to do that, or do you really want to be able to be better than those people? Because you can work, even if you don't have the necessary talent or maybe the imagination. You can work hard. And that's what I'm going to say. Like, that's where I want to say it's different. When I say imagination, I mean like you can slip punches. You can slip punches by the book. You can slip punches, bam, 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 right? This way. Or you can do your own, you can come up with your own thing like Roy Jones did. You're here, and you come back, or you head down, or you're Ali, and you move, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So they allowed their skill and imagination to think a little bit outside the box and get away with some of those things. But you can work very hard and just get better at the basics than anybody else. Oh no, we don't want that to get my copywritten or something. So you can work on the basics, and I'm going to say your imagination will allow you to push yourself beyond the limits that have been set by other people. Because as soon as somebody beat that 4 minute mile, a lot of people started doing it because they seen that there wasn't a limit. So a lot of us are limited by other people's limits. We see the things other people do and we're like, okay, that's the most we can do. Or that's the way it's supposed to be done. And that's right and wrong to agree. Like maybe it's supposed to be done that way, some things, but that might be their limit. You know, and even though like Muhammad Ali did that weird head movement as a heavyweight, and a lot of people try to copy it, but they can get close, but they can't quite do it because that's his unique ability. So you can kind of take what he did, but you're going to have to find your way of doing it. Add your own little swagger onto it to give your own body its advantage. With the running, you can push yourself. And that's why you have to, because a lot of people will stop when they get to that. They're like, 4 minutes, that's the limit. That's what everyone can do. But the person with just a little bit more imagination will say, no, maybe I can get it to 3 minutes and 59 seconds. 3 minutes and 58 and a half seconds. You know, that I would say is also imagination. So, to wrap this up, because we can only get so big, so fast, so strong. And it's your imagination, your talent, and unique abilities that allow people to be great. So you can have a hard work ethic, and that still requires some imagination because you're going to reach a limit where most people stop. And a person that wants to do the basics of something will keep going and find a way to push through it. And a person with just pure imagination works really hard, but maybe they move in a certain way that allows them to get away with some things that maybe other people can't do by the book. And my point with all these things is once you're great, I was saying in the other video, they can fight in any era of time, or people can play in any football. What I mean by that is past, future, present, they will be able to be just as great as they are where they are in their era. So again, example, Adrian Peterson, you put him in the past, he's going to be just as great as he is now. You put him in the future, he's going to be just as great as he is now. He's going to have competition with other greats, and his overall greatness can be weighed against other greats. But against the average player in each period, or average singer in each period, or rapper in each period, or boxer in each period, they're going to rise above them. And I don't know what this phone is ringing, so let's answer it together. Marcus Robert Johnson here. All right. I do not. I'm fine. Thank you. Bye. Housekeeper wants to service my room. I ain't going. Y'all don't need to snoop through my things. Not that housekeepers do that, but so these people can do things at any time in history, and that's what separates good from great. Like right now, Blake Griffin is good. He's very good, borderline great. But is he gonna be in the history books in like 50 years? Like in 50 years, you're gonna know who Michael Jordan is. You're still gonna know who Scottie Pippen is. You're gonna know who those guys are. You're gonna know who Kevin Garnett is. You're gonna know who LeBron James is. You're gonna know who Kobe Bryant is. Are you still gonna know who? Are you like we personally may, because maybe we like them, but are the masses, casual average fans, gonna know who Blake Griffin is? And I mean, he has a lot of time to play. I just threw him out there as an example. If you want to use someone else, who else is good, but maybe like, I'm sorry. Like right now, you could say Danny Garcia boxing. He's very good. But in 50 years, is he going to be remembered by the masses for his greatness? Yet to be determined. He's still boxing, so that's things to accomplish. But I'm just saying as we stand now. People will always, Floyd Mayweather will always ring bells. Pacquiao will always ring bells. Well, Miguel Cotto? Maybe. Definitely amongst this generation of boxers, but in the history books, will he be remembered as one of the greatest? I don't know. I think he's great, but I don't think he's not that elite level of great, in my opinion, maybe. And I haven't thought enough about it. I'm just going off the top of my head here, man. I love Miguel Cotto. So just think about that when you're calling people great. When you think about it, could they compete or sing or rap against the people? And to wrap this up again, with Biggie and Tupac, like, the thing that made them great was not their overall lyrical ability, but just as my friend said, Tupac was his charisma and his ability to tell a story. and relate to people and get his vision out there. Biggie had a good record label behind him, so they pumped him up. They made him they made his image awesome, and he could rap his ass off. You know. So if they didn't have those things, they'd just be regular rappers. But since they had those things, it made them great. Now maybe they're overrated lyrically, purely, but the way they make you feel gives them greatness. Tupac can make you feel something. He'll always will. He'll always be remembered because he made so many people feel so many different things. Biggie will always be remembered. Same thing. Especially at the time, he was one of the first people to come out with awesome rap ability the way he was, and to be seen in a light he was. It's going to be hard to beat a bit. I think a Biggie over time loses to Tupac. There's songs you can listen to Tupac and you're going to cry. You're going to feel sad. You're maybe really mad. Biggie's got a couple too. But the thing about Biggie, he didn't have tons of shit recorded like Tupac too. He didn't have tons of things written down. So he had a few, Biggie would have lines. He had a few lines in his songs that were true and hit you. You know? But he never had a song that was overall screaming about a specific positive message, or maybe shedding light on a negative message in a positive way. So I think over time Biggie will lose to Tupac. Biggie's still kind of fresh for a lot of us. I mean, it was a while ago, but it's still kind of fresh for a lot. We still remember him. But when we are old people with our kids, how will our kids feel? And I think that is truly the message of greatness. Not that Biggie's not great. I think Biggie will live forever, but I think he'll lose a little bit more and more to Tupac because Tupac's songs hit your heart. I think a lot of kids nowadays, they listen to Biggie, and it's a little harder for them to really get into it, maybe. Especially with all this whack rap going on. Yeah, baby! All that crap. They think that, but it's easy, even if you don't like, you can listen to Tupac, and he'd be like, menacing methods label me a lethal weapon, making players die, witnessing breathless and imperfections. Can you picture my specific plan? To be the man in this wicked land, underhanded hits are planned. Scams are plotted over grams of rock. Outlaw die by the random shot. We all die in the end, so revenge we swore. I was all about my ends, no friends or foes. Me? A born leader, never lead the block without my heat. I got me a dog and named him my bitch eater. I'm just saying, maybe that wasn't even the best excuse. Or best analogy, but that's something for me. I like Troublesome 96. But he's got a lot of songs. Brenda's Got a Baby, Changes. How Long Will They Mourn Me? You know, listen to these tracks, and they will awaken you a little bit, and they should. So, I hope that brings a little light to maybe the difference between good and great. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Comment below, like the video, share it. Marcus Robert Johnson Boxing on Facebook. Datboy Tweak 428 on YouTube. Give me ideas. You want to hear something? You want to talk about something? You want awareness to be brought to something? Holler at me. Gonna get this rest before I fight. Wartown, baby.